Welcome guys. Yeah, now we're getting into the good stuff, right? What is yield farming actually? So yeah, let's just dive into it. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, what is yield farming actually? So yield farming is quite interesting. You could basically have a devil on your shoulder on one side and an angel on the other side. And you can imagine it like this. You can do yield farming in a really degenerative way. It's called the degen way, where you basically put a token into a token, and then you get a token, and you leverage the token, so you can do really crazy stuff. But you could also do it quite humble, and this is the humble farmer basically. He says it ain't much, but it's honest work. And yeah, so yield farming is basically the angel and the devil on your shoulders. And however you want to tackle it, there are multiple ways how to tackle it, and I will guide you through it, how to tackle both scenarios if you want to. So yeah, let's just dive into. We will take a look at what is yield farming. We will take a look at how does a liquidity pool actually work, what is impermanent loss. Then we will go through an example, a real concrete example, where we combine the liquidity pool with impermanent loss. And then at the end we have an EV calculation. EV stands for expected value, so you can make a estimation on how much money you're actually making from your farm. And we will keep it quite simple, so we will take a look at the Solana USDC farm. What is yield farming? So yield farming is basically, from a really general concept, you're basically putting your tokens to work. You don't just hold them, you put them into a farm, you put them into a stable coin pair, for example, or you put them into a liquidity pool. And what do you get from it? Why would you do so? You would earn fees and you would get rewards. So the fees are actually paid to you. Usually you provide your tokens into a liquidity pool, and if people exchange within this pool, you get a small fee, sometimes a little bit higher fee. And on top of that, you most of the times get rewards paid in a native token from the protocol. So let's say, for example, you provide liquidity on Solana, for example, or different protocols, you would get paid in the Solana token. And yeah, what's the one of the biggest challenges to yield farming? It's actually how to find good farms and how to find the secret farms. So you're basically always hunting for new farms. You put money from here to there, and you need to stay a little bit up to date on what are the best farms. You could also do it on the angel side. Remember, the humble farmer side. You can just put your money in a farm which is quite legit, which has established himself over multiple months. So you know that the rates are roughly this, so the fees and the rewards are roughly this. And yeah, it could be risky sometimes, obviously. You put your tokens at risk, you put them into smart contracts, you have the underlying risk of the blockchain, you have the risk of getting rug pulled. So basically a team could put a malfunction in a smart contract and they could drain your funds. The token which you get paid and could drop by 90%, and basically all your rewards are gone. And yeah, those are some risks. It's risky sometimes, but you can do it in a way which is not that risky, and I will show you both. And the expected value is yeah, it's a quite complicated topic, but we can take it to a simple level. So the expected value is basically the APY, so the yield you're getting over a year, minus the impermanent loss, minus the wrecked. And wrecked basically means yeah, you're getting wrecked, so this means that yeah, the smart contract gets drained, the token dumps to zero, stuff like this. So this is the EV calculation. We will take a look at a specific example at the end. So we will keep this quite brief. How does the liquidity pool work? So imagine there is a pool, and you put two tokens in there, and there are multiple different ways for liquidity pools, but we will stick to the most basic one. Imagine two tokens, and you have to provide both 50-50. And this is actually the model that Uniswap uses most of the times, and it's based on the formula x times y equals k. This means basically, if you have $100, for example, you put in $50 worth of Solana and $50 worth of USDC, and this in total, multiplied with each other, keeps a constant. In order for a pool to stay at the function of x times y equals k, it has to rebalance themselves. So let's say, for example, the SOL price went up. This means that within this pool, there are less SOL and more USDC because the constant k needs to be constant. And this means that if you exit the pool, you would get a little bit less SOL back. This is called impermanent loss. So impermanent loss is basically the difference between just holding your coins and putting it into a liquidity pool. And we will run through a really concrete example. I will show you how to provide liquidity onto a farm, and then I will show you how to calculate your impermanent loss, and we will do this right now. In order to find a great farm, we will take a look at the awesome work of Mark Ovo. We will just head over to Twitter, and then we see his Airtable. Before we dive into, I will give you a real quick explanation about how impermanent loss actually works. So let's imagine that we will put in, let's say, 1 SOL into a liquidity pool. And as a quick reminder, we just have to put in the same amount of the SOL as USDC. So we will start with $145 worth of SOL. This is roughly the price right now, and $145 worth of USDC. And let's imagine that the price of SOL doubles. So basically the price of SOL is $290 and USDC stays the same at $145. You see that you would get an impermanent loss of 5.72%. And they give a really good explanation here, and I will provide you with the resources down below in the description. If you just held your coins, you would basically have a value of $1,500, but due to the impermanent loss, you just get back a value of $1,414, and this is called impermanent loss. And now you ask yourself the question, Patrick, why would I do that? And remember, this is where the swapping fees and the rewards come into play. So you have to make a calculation on how does the price fluctuate, what does this mean for the impermanent loss, and is the reward that I'm getting paid larger than the actual impermanent loss that I'm experiencing. And if you think that the price might double within a year, you basically have to take into calculation, okay, is the APY higher than this, and also take the rect into consideration. And we will take a look at this in a couple of minutes together. But for now, we want to find out how do we find good yields for our SOL USDC farm. As a quick reminder, just jump over to Twitter. There you find Ovo, you find this Airtable charts, really awesome. And I already prepared them a little bit. You can go to the top and you can filter them by where pair contains SOL, where pair contains USDC. And for now, how do we want to invest? We just want to liquidity provide. And as you can see, here are different SOL pairs. But for now, we're looking for a SOL USDC farm, and it's filtered by the APR and APY. So we will take a look at the top, and for now we see that SOL USDC on Orca offers us 23% APR and 22.5% APY. If we now head over to Orca, I prepared this. We are basically on the webpage right now. We clicked on pools, and then I scrolled a little bit down, and then we found the pool at $72 million locked right now. And as you can see, the total volume is roughly $24 million. The APR is roughly 24%, and it's calculated just what I said. It's an estimation, and if you want to dig into it, we just click on deposit. Super simple. On the right side, we see our total balance. Our total balance of SOL is right now 2.12, and our total balance of USDC is 165 USDC. And for now, we will just make it super simple. We just put in 1 SOL. 1 SOL equals 174.55 USDC right now. And as a quick reminder, we put in both sides equally. So this totals up to $295. And then we see what we get roughly in a month, within a year. At the bottom, we verify that we read it and we understand the risk. And then we click on deposit. Our Phantom wallet opens up. We just click on approve. And after a short while, we now see within our Phantom wallet that we now hold the Orca Aquafarm token, 142.08 SOL USDC. And as you can see also on the page, we are now in this pool. We now earn our trading fees. Those are roughly 11.6%. And then we get the emissions on top, and this emission get paid in Orca. So now we see that we're in this farm, and we can now withdraw them. We could add more. And let's put it all together to make a really good EV calculation. And by really good EV calculation, I mean, let's keep it simple for now. If you're interested in these topics about EV calculations, you always have to take into consideration what are the opportunities of different things. And this is a topic for itself, but for now, I will give you a real brief introduction on how you can calculate your expected value. So expected value is a quick reminder. In this basic concept, you basically have to take a look at your APY, deduct the impermanent loss, and then deduct the rect. And if you put it all together, The APY is roughly 23.9%. Let's imagine that the SOL price doubles, and then we have an impermanent loss of 5.72%. And reg basically means, yeah, there is a rug pull, your funds get lost, the smart contract is bugged, that whatever happens, so basically you get lost, you lose all your money. And just in this quick example, let's imagine that this happens 1 out of every 50 times, so the chances of those are 2%. And if you put all together, we have 23.9% minus 5.72% minus 2%. We end up with a 16.18%. And yeah, if you know this little girl, she's always a little bit skeptical. So I think that's an awesome EV. Let's just imagine you have your SOL and USDC in your wallet. You just let it sit there. Yeah, you could basically get 16% on top of that. And it would be even a little bit higher if the SOL price does not fluctuate that much. But as a real brief explanation for the first step, yeah, we keep it quite simple, so roughly 16%. All in all, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was a good introduction on what is yield farming, how does the liquidity pool work, what is impermanent loss, how to yield farm with your SOL and USDC. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please jump into our Discord. Please ask any question. And if you want to take a look at the resources, how to find good yields, take a look at the description. You will find the link to the sheets of mark, and you will also find the link to the impermanent loss calculator. In our next episode, we will take a look at a lending protocol. So we will take a look at how you can actually lend out your crypto and how to borrow crypto and how you can make a profit by borrowing. I think that's a super interesting topic. You could make much money with it, but that's for the next video, right? So yeah, guys, I hope this was helpful. See you out there. Take care. Bye-bye.